Hi everyone, my name's Damara, and yesterday I read to you from the book that I was asked to channel in 1991, and it was all about the timelines and the fact that we could look at it as if we have individual magic carpets. Do you remember that metaphor? Well, or analogy, I don't know what we would call it. What happened today was I wasn't really thinking of doing a video today, but I felt like I had to open that book again, and I always open it intuitively so that I don't know which part I'm going to be reading. And I opened it again. I was really being pushed to open it again. I did the same thing. I opened the book by just closing it and then running my hands along the pages at the side and then just opening it intuitively. And it came to the same page. But when I looked at it, it was the parts that I had not read at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is read these pages, and I'm putting the camera here in front of what I was asked to set up. And this is the new earth that emerged from the clay, and this is it coming through as that golden age, that time when everything will be protected because it's resonating on a higher level and there's nothing to come into conflict with. And this is the crystals around it from the earth's own crystal grid. And I had to set it up in a way where we had the selfhood here, the sovereignty. Our sovereignty comes from that Artemis feeling, that selfhood, that spiritual warrior who Artemis was in Greek mythology. So we have protection here. We have the focus, the fluorite for focus, excellent stone to keep you on track. I learnt about how good fluorite was by carrying a piece for 6 months and really getting my mind so that I was the master. And that was because I was already a meditator as well. And we have the amethyst for protection. So if you don't know those two stones, they are the ones that we need so much in this transition. Because this is what, I was so shocked that it came up on the same page. But we're going to start reading from that now. I'm going to remind you that this was the last little paragraph that I read in the previous reading. Many of these groupings will be seen, but there will always be space in between. Do not try to attach your carpet to someone else's. When the time is right, these groupings will merge into one big beautiful carpet, which will carry all the colours of the rainbow. And that is the reminder of the new world that will be born on this planet because of us and our vibration and the cleansing of the energies on the planet, which makes it possible. But this bit underneath, which I had not reread, I think it was yesterday or the day before, just put your attention now on the sound of my voice rather than trying to stand under or inner stand or any of those things, the words. This is so much more powerful to bring you into the present moment where you will remember. There have been many different avenues explored which are connected to the vision of an ascended earth. But in order to understand any of these visions, one must have cleared one's own pathway. We speak of this so that you do not now quell your own development by immersing yourself in these visions. If you were to become so caught up in the vision, then you may forget to allow the vision to become your own reality. If we do not continually allow you this vision, then you have no goals to aim for. But there are many within your quarter of the universe who dream their lives away. What we speak of here is the ability to visualize, but then not make real. We do not expect you to become enlightened overnight, but there must be real progress made now towards enabling yourself to become part of this reality. And this is the real stuff, isn't it? I will put a piece in the description to give you the ability to get this book yourselves, because each page needs to be gone through for us to really get it. This is the next line. The vision is needed in order for the reality to become possible, but the vision is not the reality. It is only a very faint cast of what indeed is possible. Do not become merely dreamers. Become people who dream their dream awake. This is a phase which can activate many people. In the past, you have only considered dreaming as a fanciful pastime. This pastime is well spent if indeed it is pastime, which ultimately can mean in front of and in between the dimensions in which you exist now. To daydream is immensely important when it is in a reality domain. This reality domain is one in which anything is possible. Because of restrictions within the minds of men, reality was contrived as a limitation. It is not. To be truly real is to have no limitation or indeed boundaries. Within your dreams, you can be limitless. To become a dreamer may indicate that you are not prepared to make any of these things real, but indeed live your whole life within a fairy tale image. We do not wish you to become one of these so-called dreamers, but we would wish that you begin to dream your dream awake. In order to do this, action is required. Going beyond your own barriers is required. Uttering the words of your dream is required. If you speak your dreams, then you are beginning to manifest within the planes of causality. To begin to make these dreams manifest, you will require the art of manifestation. In order to manifest, there must be the power of cause and of an effect. When you dream, you are calling into effect the necessary ingredients for manifestation to take place. But in order for this to be a sustainable power, then you will be required to go into action. We cannot supply all of the ingredients and then make the cake as well. It will be up to you to see the ingredients, and sometimes they may be slightly disguised. If you were to be given the wheat grain unground and still on the stalk of the plant, you may not recognize it as the flour that is required. When we give you the ingredients, sometimes they will be in their raw state. If you are working on a high level of awareness, then you will see that the grain of wheat can be ground. If you are working on a dreamy level of unconsciousness, then you will throw the grain out. Each grain of wheat has the power to sustain a nation. If the grain is sown in the ground, you will then harvest many more grains. These too can be sown and harvested. When we give you a grain, do not throw it out and be distraught that you did not get what you wanted. For we will always give you what you truly need. We do not require you to be these dreamers. We require you to begin to dream your dream awake. Begin to tell others of this. It is a magical phase. I'm going to leave it there, but obviously there is more. But I think this is where People really need to get real. They really need to understand, stand under, comprehend, resonate with, whatever words you want to use here. But it's effort, and it's talking about your vision, talking about this new world. I always try and add it into any postings I do or whatever I'm doing, that this new world is of peace, freedom, and equality. And what I'm doing is I'm sealing it, I'm crystallizing it into my energy field. So do more of that and read this piece or listen to this video often. Because this is what I've had to do with this book of secrets, that I changed the title from what it should have been, which was One and All, which I think now is very appropriate, but only if you get it, that there is going to be a timeline splitting of the ways, one and all. Anyway, I really don't want to overload people, because there are a lot of dreamy people out there who've never grounded any of this and never put any of it into action. I mean, I've been around people that, quite honestly, it's very fraudulent what they're doing, because they're not meditators, they're not people who've cleaned up their own act, but they're speaking the words that they're repeating from other people. So we know what's going on out there, but this is about you getting real so that you can be a participant and arrive in the right timeline. Take care. Be real. Check your authenticity all the time now. Check what you're about to say. Change it if you've already said it, and make it real and say, listen, I'm apologizing. What I really need to say is this. That's what real authenticity is. I would love it if you support the channel so that I can keep doing this and seeing the results. Because there's not that, we are in a minority still. I've got to say this. I'm not trying to be negative here, but we really need people to truly awake and become real. So please share this as much as you can. That really helps the algorithm to get my information out there. Like the video, comment. If this resonates with you, comment in the comment section. That would be so amazing if I get more people with genuine comments who really resonate with what I'm saying. Thank you. Bye for now.